Welcome back to Cheri the Chef. Today's Friday, and so that means we're making a dessert, and it's also egg roll wrapper week. So we're going to make what I am calling a shortcut to a cannoli, and that's because there's no pastry. We're going to use the egg roll wrapper instead. But the one thing I am missing is, I guess they call them cannoli shapers. I really don't know. I just know I need something to shape these with. So I'm going to show you what I did, and that is to get a dowel rod, and you can get these at any hardware store, I'm sure. I got mine at Walmart. Walmart sells them now. And so I've got my dowel rod, and then I'm going to grab some aluminum foil, and I'm going to pull off a pretty big sheet. I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm just going to fold it in half. And from corner to corner, I'm going to wrap this around my dowel rod. All right. So that is going, I'm just going to kind of tighten it so it stays on there. All right. So there's one. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my egg roll wrapper. And it's a little large, so you could probably use wonton wrappers, wonton skins, and that would be similar to the size of a cannoli. But I had these on hand. I wanted to use them up, so I'm just going to take and cut this right down the center. You could use a knife to do this if you wanted. And then I'm going to brush the inside here with our egg wash. And again, you could probably use water. It should work fine. I am using an egg wash. And then I'm going to take this the way, and I'm going to put the egg wash on the outer side so that when it wraps around itself, it sticks. So that's all I'm doing is tucking this in, and we're going to wrap this real nice and tight around here. There we go. And then once we have that, we're going to take the aluminum foil and we're going to slide it right off of here. So what we're doing is we're leaving the wonton skin on there. Well, not wonton skin, the egg roll wrapper, same thing. And I'm going to fold this in half, and we're just going to do corner to corner, roll it up, make it nice and tight. Grab our egg roll wrapper, give it a little egg wash brush, and then we're going to wrap that around here as well. So real nice and tight, make sure it's on there real secure. Dry my hands, and then I'm going to slide this one off. Fryer and a deep fry. All right, so I've got my fryer all ready to go. I've got my oil, or the heat temperature, set to 375 degrees, and then I'm just going to take these, and I am going to, actually, you know what? We're going to have to cut some of the aluminum foil off. I made these a little bit too long. We're just going to trim that down a little bit, which is fine. They're still going to work. Let's trim the other one. Make sure they're still kind of holding their shape. And I'm just going to drop these down in the deep fryer, and they'll sink for just a second, usually. And again, these don't take long at all. I kind of like to hold them down with my tongs, and then that way I know they're frying evenly all the way around. That it's not just browning on one side. So we just want to make sure they're nice and crispy. So see how our aluminum foil is holding up and keeping the shape? So that's what's going to create our hole for our filling that we're going to make in just a little bit. So when you take them out of the fryer, you might want to turn them both. The oil caught in your aluminum foil. And then again, I'm going to drain them onto a baking rack versus draining them on a plate of paper towels, because I want to keep them crispy. I don't want them, we just took all the time to get them nice and crispy, so we don't want to have them sitting in the oil and getting soggy again. So I'm going to let those cool off. I'm going to make a few more of these, and then we will make our filling and get these stuffed. All right, so now that we have our shells done, the last thing we need to do for them is just pull out the aluminum foil that help to shape them. We're going to toss that in the trash, and then we're going to set these aside. Make a nice filling to go in here. Now, like I said, this is my take on a cannoli. So for one, it's a shortcut to a cannoli because we use the egg roll wrappers versus making a pastry. But the other thing that's going to be a little bit different is traditionally a cannoli is filled with ricotta. And today I'm going to be using a mascarpone. So if you're not familiar with this, it's a cream cheese, but it's an Italian cream cheese. So the fat content is higher, and I think it's a lot richer and creamier. Plus, I got a really good deal on it, so I wanted to be able to use it for dessert. So like I said, it's a cream cheese, so I want to soften it just a little bit. I'm going to toss that in there for just maybe a minute or so, and that way I don't have to dig out my mixer. And also, so I don't have to dig out my mixer, I'm going to be using my manual food processor from Pampered Chef, and it's great because it's just 3 pieces, and so it's just got a handle. You just pump the handle, and again, you don't have to screw it together. It doesn't need any electricity. I just love it, and I'll show you how it works. And then I'm just going to replace the top, hold it down, and then we're just going to pump the handle. And then look at that. Awesome. How easy was that? I'm going to take the blade out. I'm going to go ahead and grab our cheese out of the microwave. And I'm going to add the strawberries to that. Then I'm going to mix this together. And I'm also going to throw in about 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar. I'm going to mix that together. All right, so that's good and stirred up. The other thing, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of vanilla. And you know what? I think I want to make this more of like a frosting, so I'm going to add in some more powdered sugar. Well, that's a little more than what I needed. Jeez, I got to clean the stove myself. The floor and everything. All right, well, we're going to thicken this up. Oh gosh, am I a mess? I thought the pastry bag was going to be a mess, but well, it is what it is. Shit happens in the kitchen, you know. Well, I got a little extra coming off my arm there. All right. So that is more like a frosting now. Maybe even just a little bit more. And the reason I'm doing this is, instead of it just being a filling, I want it to be kind of thick because I'm going to try to pipe it on the inside. And I got my little pastry bag, which I really did think was going to be the messy part today, but I guess I didn't have the bag sealed. All right. That is about good. Okay. Let's hope I do a better job at the pastry bag. So, and I always kind of forget real quick. I have to tell myself it's inside, outside, outside. So this is, I think this is called the coupler ring. So that's the part you put on the inside of your pastry bag. Now, of course, if you're just doing a little job, you can always just get out a Ziploc bag and kind of cut the corner off, but I usually get pretty messy with that too. And then you take your icing tip, put it on there, and then I guess this is called the coupler, if this is called the coupler ring, and then you screw that on. All right. So we need somebody to hold the bag open, because that'll help cut down on the mess, I think. Oh my goodness. So I've got a cup here that I just put the pastry bag in, and I'm just kind of folding this down on the top, so I'll show you what I did. So that way it's kind of holding it open, and then I'm just going to take, hopefully we can get this in here without making too much of a mess. Not that that matters at this point. It's still probably not quite as thick as I would like it to be. go ahead and put the rest of it. All right, there we go. My goodness. So now that I've got all this in here, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to fold down the top of my bag. And I got a feeling this is going to be a mess too. And we're going to try to fill these. I got a feeling I got a strawberry stuck in there. I think I do. Out. Oh my goodness. It's stuck in there. Get out of the way. Get out. Goodness, thank God I'm trying to be a chef and not a baker. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? It is what it is for today. You know what? Let's take a toothpick. Let's get a toothpick. Let's see if this helps. Maybe move that out of the way. I'm gonna have the filling coming out the other end of the bag. Nobody's gonna want to eat this. I should have chopped my strawberries up smaller. This is a disaster today. Get that strawberry out of the way. Come on. Try it again. I'm about ready to give up on this. I think we're just going to put this in a bowl. Uh-oh, now I got to come. Way too much. There we go. Well, maybe I should have made it a little bit thicker. Once we put these in the fridge, though, they will thicken up. I have got one heck of a mess going on here today. Well, we know I'm not a pastry chef. I had good intentions with this anyway. Here's what's important. How does it taste? I'll tell you what. I bet if I cleaned up this mess in the floor and I put these on a different plate and I cleaned the mess up here, you guys probably wouldn't even know what happened in the kitchen. But it does happen. Just so you guys know. You know, this is a real kitchen here. I'm afraid to stick my hand in here. Somebody got powdered sugar everywhere. All right. Probably think we have enough powdered sugar, but I think we need a little more. So look. Actually, we should put these on a white plate so you can see what they look like better. You know what? Let's do that. I'm going to grab a red plate, and I'm going to track powdered sugar all over the house in the process. Let's move these over. There. Now you can see what they look like. Here, we'll try to do that to make them look pretty. Look, if I had just did a jump cut this video, you guys would have never known this happened. But yeah, I'm going to add a little more powdered sugar. And this is my Pampered Chef powdered sugar shaker. I have two of these. The new one now actually it's a stainless steel. So this is the older one. And I kept this one because this one I put powdered sugar. And the other one I have sugar and granulated sugar and cinnamon. All right, so here's the real test. Let's see what it tastes like. That is so good. It's going to be worth every bit of this mess I have to clean up. It tastes like cream cheese, like a strawberry cream cheese frosting, but in a really crunchy shell. I could probably eat all of these myself. I don't know if I could be a bigger mess today. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Next week's going to be Thanksgiving, so next week I'm going to be hopefully making a turkey. I've only made one in my life, so we're going to try to make a turkey and probably some sides for Thanksgiving. So if you enjoyed this big mess today, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.